Stormblood Part 4. The shadow of mystery deepens as the man who wears Xenos' face continues to move unchecked, sowing the seeds of strife from the heart of the Empire. All indications point to Ascian machinations, and the arrival of a messenger at the Rising Stones sets the Scions of the Seventh Dawn upon a path rife with peril, towards an unknowable destination. Ooh, okay. Well, I guess we're about to get a messenger. Sisterly Act. Alize is impatiently fussing with her link pearl. Oh, right, because she's all worried about Alphino. Oh, Lavenza, if you've come here hoping for news, I'm afraid there isn't any. Everything is exactly as it was. Y'shtola is still investigating primals in the Far East. Thancred is still gathering intelligence in the Imperial provinces, and Alphino is still out there somewhere. There's been no word since his first scheduled report, nor does he respond to calls, and all the while, I'm just meant to sit around here waiting? It's driving me mad. She said no word since his first schedule, so he made one report and then hasn't reported back since? Oop. Here's our messenger. Begging your pardons, I bear a message from the Eorzean Alliance. Thank the gods for that. We have a visitor. Welcome to the Rising Stones. If you have a message, I should be most eager to hear it. My lady, the Alliance leadership will soon convene to discuss the matter of Ascian interference, and they humbly request the presence of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. Having assessed intelligence provided by the Alamegan Resistance concerning the whereabouts of Xenos' remains, they too suspect Ascian involvement and wish to deliberate a suitable course of action. As the foremost authorities on our foe, your Order's counsel would be most welcome. Of course, we should be glad to assist in whatever way we can. With almost everyone else afield, I'd say this one falls to us. By which I mean, I'm not going on my own. You'll come with me, I trust. Of course I will. I'd rather not. I just... You know, it's funny, I was thinking back to the... when Raubon asked what to do with Yuyuhase and... the other dude, I can never remember his name. It's not worth noting anyway. But what to do with them? It's almost realistically, I feel like, yeah, I would just take them down. But then, like, I look at my character and I'm like, no, she wouldn't do that. That's so mean. She's not mean. Even though, again, she is a Dark Knight, and that's kind of what they do. But anyway, gonna go with the nice option. Of course I will. There you have it. We accept the invitation. Thank you. The time and date of the meeting will be shared in due course, but I can confirm that the council will take place in Alamigo. By your leave. I somehow doubt we'll be anything useful to... will have anything useful to offer, but standing mutely at a meeting would still be better than the nothing I've been doing of late. Let's make ready to depart, shall we? Thancred, what's going on, man? Alright, just be careful on the road back, you hear? Did I hear right, Real? Is Thancred coming back? Aye, that he is. Says he's acquired some important intelligence. Being in Garlean territory, though, he couldn't risk sharing the particulars in case the Imperials were listening in. So he said he'd head back as quick as he could, and to make sure someone was waiting for him in the Alamegan quarter. Understood. Lavenza and I will go. We're bound for Alamigo anyway, and there's sure to be time before the council begins. Come on, let's be off. So, it's so funny, like, I'm so excited to get to Shadowbringers, but I kind of forgot about, you know, the various scions getting pulled to the first. And I'm wondering when that starts. I think, at least the last one, I think when the majority, or well, not the majority, but the last few get pulled. It's at a meeting here in Alamigo, I believe. But maybe it just keeps happening at these meetings, and we'll hit the first one now, or... I know Thancred's the first to go. There's no doubting your talent for espionage, but the journey is long and the border's heavily guarded. You did well to make it back in one piece. You two are a sight for sore eyes. Now all I need is water for my parched throat. Fetch me a cup, will you? Traipsing through Imperial territory is thirsty work.
God, I needed that.
I won't bother telling you to catch your breath. Whatever brought you galloping back to us, I assume it's urgent.
Quite. Without further ado, then. After the successful uprisings in Doma and Alamigo, rebels in several other provinces were inspired to follow suit. Unfortunately, they did not fare quite so well. The Dalmascans paid the heaviest price. For their defiance, the Emperor made a show of razing their capital to the ground, prompting many of their neighbors to abandon thoughts of resistance. But not all have given up on liberty. Heartened by the news of Doma's prisoner exchange, some still believe that the Empire may one day be amenable to negotiation. We have the shinobi to thank for spreading the good word. They have worked tirelessly to keep the subjugated informed, and a little knowledge can go a long way.
There is at least a spark of hope, then.
A spark in want of kindling, yes. The Alliance has already begun supplying materiel to resistance movements abroad, many of whom would otherwise struggle to continue the fight. The support effort has been led by the Sultana and the Elder Seedseer, who have both seen enough Alamegan refugees to know the consequences of oppression. And for their troubles, they have quickly earned a reputation as folk heroes in certain corners of the Empire. That is all for the provinces. As for the Garlean motherland itself, our friends the Populares have suffered something of a setback, I regret to say. Talk is rife that Doma has summoned a primal, and the Empire's more liberal voices are being drowned out in the fearful clamor for retribution.
And who did they think orchestrated this summoning?
Oh, any but those truly responsible. Xenos has seen to that. Speaking of whom, the Crown Prince is recovering remarkably well. Well enough, in fact, to enable him to personally tour the provinces, putting the fear of the Emperor into the hearts of any would-be dissidents.
He walks in plain sight, and none suspect him. Then it's as we feared.
Yes. An Ascian wears his skin. But it was not that which brought me here in such haste. During my time in the provinces, I learned many things. Yet at no point did I hear any report of a Doman emissary in the capital.
But Alphonse should have arrived by now. Could they be holding him there in secret?
The possibility did cross my mind, but I have reason to believe he never reached his destination. As you know, Scions assigned to covert operations, such as Riol and myself, are issued special link pearls for communication in the event of an emergency. I mention this because it was originally Alphino's task to coordinate the response at headquarters, meaning he has one. And whose voice should I hear when mine recently crackled to life?
You spoke with Alphino?
Spoke with, no. I but heard his voice, and none too clearly at that. 2 words were all I could make out. The burn.
That's what I thought.
The wasteland on the edge of Otherd. Something must have happened to them there. There's no time to waste. We must make for the burn at once.
I had a feeling you might say that.
And? I can't very well sit around here drinking tea if Alphino's in trouble. You said yourself that this link pill was only to be used in emergencies. So I'm going, and that's the end of it.
Oh, far be it from me to change your minds.
So how far off are we from hitting the dungeon? I will leave the 2 of you to your task and see to my own. Can you please translate this for me? Please, my friend sent it to me. I think it's from Japanese to English, but I don't know. I don't know Japanese, so... I can barely translate English to English, let alone from another language. Thank you for following, though. Yeah. Loath though I am to neglect making preparations for the council, we must act swiftly before Alphino's trail goes cold. I propose we first pay Hien a visit. He's sure to want to hear about these developments, and he may well be able to advise us on how best to reach the burn. A sound plan. And Yestola is in Doma, is she not? I dare say she'd join join you in the search if you asked her nicely. While you see to all that, I shall go and report my findings to the Alliance. You may leave any preparations for the Council to me. Thank you, Thancred. Right, to Doma then. We have much and more to share with Y'shtola. Yeah, I forgot about the council meeting there for a sec. As much as I would like to visit Doma, it will have to wait. 12 speed you on your way. Oh, and give my regards to Y'shtola. Okay, so Dome and Enclave. Easy enough. Oh, okay. That is curious indeed. While other matters demand my attention at present, I shall bear what you have told me in mind. Should you notice any change, do not hesitate to seek me out. Thank you, my lady. You are most kind. Well, well. Two faces from the dim and distant past. Is it really all that distant and dim? Come now, it hasn't been that long. Who is that you were speaking with? A local miner who supplies crystals for the rebuilding effort. Of late, he claims to have struggled to find a crystal with so much as a trace of elemental energy. Upon learning that I had some knowledge of Aether, he came seeking my counsel. Just now he brought me one of his recent finds. It was precisely as he described, devoid of elemental energy, and eerily reminiscent of the de-aspected crystals that manifested in Eorzea in the days prior to the calamity. We would be wise to investigate this phenomenon more closely. Yeah, I forgot about that. I think that's why we go to the Azim Steppe. Is because of the flow of Aether there or whatever. Indeed. But on a more positive note, the locals seem to have taken a liking to you. More an interest in than a liking to, I think. The sight of a Makote with a peculiar contraption upon her head has a certain novelty value in these parts. An actual regard they may have for me. Any actual guard they may have for me, I owe wholly to you and the others who came before. Everyone here has been exceedingly cooperative, and I am pleased to report that I have all but concluded my investigation. Simply put, by focusing one's will upon an aether-infused object of worship, it is possible to conduct a summoning. So, I mean, it's about the simplest explanation there is. So, the fact that they are objects of worship is the key. They are themselves suffused with the requisite belief. Although that's interesting. Correct. Such sacred relics as the Kojin collect obviate the need for religious fervor in the summoner. Yotsuyu being the most obvious example. She had but to associate the artifact given to her by Asahi with the divine, and it served to amplify her desires and give them form. A form nourished through the power of crystals, also provided by her brother, and thus was Tsukiyomi brought into being. Which brings me to the question of preventative measures, to which I have yet to find a satisfactory answer. At present, I know of naught that will avail us, save to keep watch over the movement of relics and crystals, as if we did not have enough to keep watch over already. Yeah, and I'm trying to think, has there been any more that they've done with this idea of an object itself having enough of the prayers or whatever to summon a primal? I don't know. I don't think anything on the first has anything to do with that, and I can't think of anything through the rest of Stormblood. It's just in my head, it's seeming like a very one-off kind of thing. But I doubt you came all this way to hear that which may be perused in a report. Has something happened to Alphino? I shall join you in the search, of course. Thank you, Y'shtola. I should be glad of your help, truly. Now, if there's nothing else, I shall go on ahead and request an audience with Lord Hien. Alize puts on a brave face, but she has little talent for concealment. We should join her at the Kainkan. Okay, yeah, I just wanted to reread that sentence. I don't know. As I said earlier, I'm a little tired tonight, and I'm not going to be at my best performance. Yeah. My report can wait. Finding Alphino must take priority. There you are. I've apprised Hien of the situation. I should not have allowed Master Alphino to leave without an escort, but it avails us not to dwell on the past. We must focus on what can be done now. Greetings, my friend. Alize has explained all to me. Needless to say, you shall have our full cooperation in the search, even if Alphino's trail does lead to the burn of all places. Thank you for watching this video. Tonight's stream was amazing. So part of it just has to do with, okay, so we did 4.4 is basically everything that happened in this stream. And the fact that it's what really starts the ball rolling toward Shadowbringers is what hits. I mean, so much so, this was the first night that I think I really had like a fit of emotion because Shadowbringer stuff. It just, I can't wait. I can't wait for Shadowbringers. It's coming up. It's coming up. So yeah, I doubt you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed doing this stuff, but maybe. And if you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to join me live, again, Shadowbringers, then the link to my Twitch is in the description down below. Thank you again for watching, and have a good one.